Hey, what's up, Spooky fam? Filming different area today. Hope you notice. Today we are going to talk about what I read in February. We're going to talk about my to be read for March, and we're going to haul a few new Stephen King books I picked up for my collection. So if you enjoy, please go ahead and subscribe. Do all the fun things down below. Check out the website if you would like to purchase any art or merch. Let's start off with what I've read, and I've only read one book in February. I normally take my breaks at work to read, 2 15-minute breaks. I usually take those to read. And in February, I'm almost done the book, but A Head Full of Ghosts. It is so good. I have such a hard time stopping once I've started reading it, and I feel like I'm so invested in this story. This is by Paul Tremblay, if I did not mention. This book has, like, I am just dying to, I have less than 100 pages left, and I am just dying to finish it. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I didn't expect to be so involved in this story, and I really enjoy all the elements that have been mentioned from other horror movies. It's so good. It's so... My only gripes with it is it doesn't feel like you're hearing it from like an 8-year-old's perspective. Like, I don't know. I'm just having trouble with Mary, but at the same time, I love Mary. So, oh my gosh, it's such a good book. I can't wait to finish it. Did watch a Knock at the Cabin. Was not too satisfied with the movie, so would like to read Cabin at the End of the World, speaking of Paul Tremblay, because I feel like I'd like to compare stories now. So I will fill you in when I finish this, because I just, like I said, I am on page 267 right now, so just over 100 pages left. But if you'd like to follow me on Goodreads, you can follow my progress. I will leave it linked down below. Let's move on to my to be read, and we'll start off with a book that was graciously given to me by a local author, Christian, who also goes by CM Forrest. This is his smaller novel, We All Fall Before the Harvest. And I feel like I can digest this really quickly, and I've been really looking forward. After I read the synopsis, as soon as I saw cult, I was like, immediately yes. So looking forward to reading this one. And I wanted to pick another shorter book to read in March, so hopefully I can knock out 2. So I picked one that may be a little grim, but I picked Outbreak. And it's a shorter book, but I don't have, like, I just love the cut. I don't know why, but because it's such an ominous story, the fact that it's just a gray book with the title on the side, like, I feel like it just makes it feel so much more ominous to read. And if you guys obviously have seen the movie Outbreak, I believe this is, since there was nothing around it, when I opened the book at the thrift store and I saw like pandemic and disease, I was like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. So this one is, these are my to be read in March: Outbreak and We All Fall Before the Harvest. Trying to knock out 2 short ones. My mom actually got a gift card from work for Indigo, which is our bookstore here in Canada, like our big bookstore, and she doesn't read. Actually, we'll get to that in a minute, but don't let me forget that thought. My mom, she said, you can have this gift card, go buy yourself whatever book you want. So hoping to either pick up a Nick Cutter novel or the book Motherthing, who was also by another local author, whose mother comes to shop at my store. It's so nice. But yeah, either of those I feel like are my next to be purchased. But moving on to my haul here, we have another Stephen King haul, and I have a whack of Stephen King books. Still kind of finding my footing with reading Stephen King. I feel more comfortable with his novellas, the shorts. Finishing Gerald's Game, I felt it was a little bulky, not in like book-wise, but in there was so much exposition. Like I mentioned, there was so many people that were like brought up but never touched on again. The inconsistencies in the chapters, like I'm still finding my footing there, but with his novellas I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable with the short stories. My favorite being Everything's Eventual. That is my favorite book of short stories from Stephen King. I have my eye out for If It Bleeds. That is the one I need. But let's start off with a book I didn't have, and that is Cycle of the Werewolf. And I really want to read this. This is another little short novel, but the fact that this one includes pictures, like every time you go through a new month in the book, you get these fantastic breaks in the pages, and I just love this copy. I feel like it's going to feel so immersive. But yes, Cycle of the Werewolf. I have not heard of this, but as soon as we saw it at the thrift store, I had to get it. And Goodwill, when I picked all of these up, Goodwill had half price, and these I believe were all $3.29. So I paid about $1, just over $1 something for these books after the half price. So I actually own all 3 of these already, but these are special editions that I had to kind of convince Alex, like, I don't have any, I'm running out of space. We live in a 1-bedroom. I need organization. I need shelving. I need just stuff to put my things away. I'm running out of storage options, but I needed these books. So we got the special editions for a few Stephen King books, and I am so excited about these. So my mom, like I mentioned, she doesn't read, but she used to read a lot of Stephen King, and she was the one that got me reading Everything's Eventual and kind of got my foot in there. But the one movie that scares my mom so much, and there's 2. My mom is terrified of Pink Floyd The Wall. But moving on, she is absolutely terrified of Salem's Lot, the movie. And I got this, the special edition with an introduction by Clive Barker. And she kind of saw that it was a little larger print, and she goes, okay, you know what? I want to give Stephen King another chance, and I want to read Salem's Lot because I'm scared of the movie. And I feel like that, go mom, very brave of you for one, but it also makes me feel really good because I feel like in a way that's how we can connect a little more through something that I really love and would be happy to guide her through. So that's fantastic. But moving on to The Shining. This beautiful copy of The Shining, and this one has a foreword by Ken Follett. I don't think I'm familiar with who that is, but this is just such a beautiful copy. And the one that I have, the book that I have already of The Shining, the font is so small in it. I feel like if I'm going to read it, it's gonna be this copy. This is just a beautiful one. And then finally, a smaller one here, but we have Carrie, and this has an introduction by Tabitha King. Let me know if there's any relation there to Stephen King. But this one I just also could not pass up. There was only 3 of these there. They were so beautiful, in such great condition, and you know what, I may not have the space, but I will make the space. So one day my goal is to just have my own little media room that's not my bedroom. Somewhere where I can go and have my little sanctuary, but for now I'm fine with it being my bedroom. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and let me know your thoughts. Let me know what books you picked up in February, what books you are going to be reading in March. I'm really excited that we're on this reading journey together. Oh, you know what? Before we go, don't go anywhere. I have to give a huge shout out to Jason for sending this over. This is a Pennywise wooden bookmark with a little Pennywise guy, which I thought was fitting since we got some Stephen King books. But thank you, Jason. This is wonderful. Links are down below. Check them out. I'll see you soon. Sayonara, Spooky fam.